Good evening from the Look North newsroom. The main stories tonight. A Yorkshireman has had a miraculous escape after plunging 5,500 feet to the ground. Pat Dolan from Bradford is recovering in hospital after a paragliding accident in Italy.
Only a fortnight after the accident, Pat Dolan's happy to tell his tale. He has a broken spine and his legs are paralysed, but he's just thankful.
I think the luckiest person on earth at this moment. I don't think I could wish for anything more than this, without a doubt.
Pat, seen here paragliding in the Yorkshire Dales last year, was an experienced pilot. But in Italy last month, at a height of more than 5,000 feet, his canopy collapsed. He got caught in the lines and he fell to the ground. Doctors at Pinderfields Hospital in Wakefield are hopeful that he will walk again, but say it's too early to say for sure.
There's a warning tonight that the dry spring and another arid summer could seriously damage one of Yorkshire's nature reserves. Last year, fires blazed out of control at Thorne Moor near Doncaster, and this weekend the emergency services were back tackling more fires.
40 firefighters battled to put out 3 separate fires, which sprang up over 20 acres of Thorne Moor this weekend. It's the first peat fire here this year, but already the land is so dry, the fire brigade fear the area will suffer a repeat of last year's devastating fires, which destroyed hundreds of acres of the conservation area. Landowners English Nature believe it could ruin the site.
If we get a series of very severe fires as what we had last year, we could, and I think this is fair to say, we could lose the site totally.
The fire brigade has now left Thorne Moors, but the crews know they could be back again before long.
A decision by parents in South Yorkshire for their children's school not to leave local authority control is to be referred to the government. A 3-to-1 vote should ensure Beck Primary in Shire Green stays with Sheffield City Council. But following a political row and claims that parents were misinformed, the government has been asked to intervene.
Parents of children at Beck Primary voted overwhelmingly against opting out.
It's been good as it is now, so I think we should keep it as it is.
I feel safer knowing it's in the authorities' hands, really. At first I was undecided, and when I heard more about it, the more I thought I'd rather it stay as it is.
But the body which looks after grant-maintained schools is claiming parents were misled.
This is one of the worst cases of misinformation I have ever seen. Comments, for example, that the school would be selecting pupils should it become grant-maintained.
Campaigners against opting out say they won the ballot fairly, but a number of objections have been lodged, and it's now up to the Education Secretary to decide if the ballot at Beck should be rerun.
That's all from Look North tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow at 6:30. Now the national weather forecast with Peter Cockroft. Very good night.
Good evening. Gardeners will be glad to hear that the threat of frost is fast disappearing. The bad news is that all of the garden is likely to go mad this week. Now, over the weekend, weather fronts have been piling up on the western side of the country. They've been held there by this area of high pressure, but that's going to give way this week, and it'll allow these Atlantic lows to sweep their weather fronts eastwards across the British Isles. I think the heaviest of the rain is likely to be in the west, but some useful rainfall will get across to the eastern side. And throughout the week, the winds will be blowing from a south or southwesterly direction. So that's a relatively warm direction for us. So that combination of some spring warmth and some wet weather leading to some good growing conditions this week. Now, on the Irish weather radar, we've been keeping a track on these bright echoes, some heavier bursts of rain that have been moving steadily northeastwards through the evening. We're starting to see some heavier bursts of rain appearing on the coast of northwest England up over the Cumbrian Fells, and some heavy rain, some brighter echoes showing themselves on the Mull of Kintyre. Even a few bits of rain very close to Kelso and also very close to Aberdeen on the Scottish weather radars. But I think overnight the heaviest rain will be on the western side, particularly on southern facing coasts and hills, and it's going to be very misty and murky there as well. Further east, the cloud thickening up, but still some thin bits of cloud, particularly over East Anglia, where temperatures could dip down to 5 or 6 Celsius. Tuesday morning, still some bright weather on this eastern side, a little bit of sunshine, but the cloud thickening up through the day, very late on before any rain arrives in the southeast. And I think throughout the day, the heaviest of the rain is likely to be in the west. So top temperatures where the brightest weather lasts longest, so southeast England, eastern side of Scotland, the Moray Firth, around about 16 Celsius. On Wednesday, that dull damp weather easing away to the northeast, taking its time to clear away from the far northeast. Brighter showery weather coming along behind. And then on Thursday, after a promising start, some more wet weather racing in from the southwest. That's the forecast. Good night.